Greetings, programs. We're back for another episode of that the Bad Batch. And I know I got the wrong shirt on. Look, what's clean is clean. So hopefully I can get this episode up tonight. You may be noticing that episode 1 just went up earlier today, depending on when I get this uploaded or when you see it. Yeah, I uploaded it the same day it premiered, but Disney had a copyright claim and the dispute they just finally let the dispute go today. So, yeah, so like I said in that video, I'm going to try to react to everyone, and hopefully not every single video is a week late because of copyright claims. I'm actually making a big effort to get these out on the same day, if not the next day or later that evening. So yeah, so far yeah, I think it's pretty good. There's not much to say about the story so far other than I really love Omega. I think there's only 2 new characters. I think we got a new Kaminoan who is potentially maybe on the good guy's side this time around. Usually the Kaminoans are kind of opportunistic. They just kind of go with whoever pays them. But this one seems like she might actually have an emotional attachment to Omega, which is, we haven't seen much of the Kaminoans. We don't know how much of an emotional attachment they're capable of getting to anything. The only Kaminoans we've seen are big business wheeler and dealers. So let's see if that's changed and we're finally getting evidence of Kaminoans having a broader range of personality than what we've seen so far. So season 1, episode 2 of the Bad Batch, cut and run. I really love this new intro with the animated with the animated characters. It's the same intro from The Mandalorian, but instead it uses characters from the animated series. Why would I need to skip the intro? It's like 3 seconds.
I'll give her that. Hunter, she's a child. What are we gonna do with her?
She's a bad batch. Oh, s01e. Yeah, I've been pronouncing that wrong all the time. Yeah, Kaminoa's not big on sunlight, being that it's entirely ocean. So this might be her first time stepping into the sun, because even the outdoor areas of the thing that she lives on would just be, it's pretty cloudy and rainy on Kaminoa. Yeah, she's never. And killing my lungs. This is going to be good for these guys because they've never seen the universe through the eyes of a child. I mean, they were grown at roughly a rate of, like, I think their accelerated growth rate is about 10 years. So those plants are cool. Is this the clone who started a family way back in I think Ahsoka ran into him? Yeah, there's the Twi'lek girl. I don't think have we ever seen a purple Twi'lek outside of this woman? I love her hat. It's made to accommodate her head tentacles, or whatever those things are called.
He must mean the inhibitor chip.
Yep, she does know. I am very curious about the genetics of a human mating with a Twi'lek, because, like, it looks like the Twi'lek DNA is dominant. Go on. Just remember, she's only like 4. What'd you think he was doing with this Twi'lek girl in the woods by themselves?
You're supposed to.
Oh, he's weird looking with human skin. With human skin. I ain't used to seeing the Twi'leks with human skin. That's freaky. Interesting, Caleb's child doesn't have tentacles. She's proud of catching a ball. I love her. She's bright but innocent. Y'all are taking a chance coming out there with all these clone troopers. Very obviously gonna recognize your face. Oh, that is so cool. I like the way that, I mean, it's not cool that they're impounding ships, but is that not, Asajj Ventress? Wow. Asajj Ventress' voice. Yeah, he's an abomination. Oh, there's predators on this world. The things that were attacking the Womp Rats, which I'm pretty sure I know what those are, but I'm blanking on names today. I love her hat.
The next shuttle leaves in a few hours. Codes or no codes.
Wow, what kind of hide do those things have that they can take a blaster bolt to the face?
I was trying to get the ball out.
Aww. Look at all these soldiers. They're just like, all of these hardened soldiers, they were like, aww. It's just her feelings are hurt right now, and she's scared.
All in all, I would say that
She's embarrassed.
much worse. I only learned of them moments ago. But yes.
Yes.
Getting cut soon.
Of course he can. That's a stupid question. Oh, is there some significance to that icon she wears? Oh, that's something the Kaminoans wear, isn't it? That's probably what the deal is. That Kaminoan raised her, and so they're like mother and daughter. We're doing the whole
Is that what you really want?
we're doing the whole Mandalorian thing where we try to give the child to the peaceful people. I realize that Solid Snake is thinking of, you know, dropping her off with, but for the moment you guys have a kid, you need to be aware of where she is at all times.
It's a mess. No wonder it was abandoned.
That's just rude. You know, the thing I love about the clones is that somehow,
Roger that.
I don't know, maybe Jango Fett's accent is in his genetic code. I don't know why I looked over there. Camera's right here. There's a
Tech we're in the space.
I was gonna call him a musician. There's the same species as the band.
The encryption
Like I said, I am blanking on names today. I haven't been up that long, and I haven't eaten. So, fingering Dan.
Okay.
She's brave. You gotta give her that. And she's not stupid. She,
Have your chain codes out and ready for inspection.
like, when she knows what she's doing, she knows what she's doing. It's just a matter of being inexperienced with, you know,
By herself.
being outdoors.
Let her go. Nothing happens to her.
Like I said, kids always find trouble.
I mean, I was a good kid. I hardly ever get into trouble. I never got in trouble.
Hey, who are you?
Other people got me into trouble.
Yeah. I'm
Good luck. What? Jeez.
Need some help over here. On my way.
What little rat R2 unit.
Get going. Oh, right. Must
He
be
gonna,
in this.
is he gonna pimp? He did the coconuts thing. I would have loved it if he had just pimp slapped all three of them in a row, but it's Disney.
The good people will give you the life you deserve.
But I don't want to live with that freaky Twi'lek boy with the human skin. He's an affront to nature. I just want to comment, the haircut on that extra in the background was magnificent. It's just the thing I noticed.
You're clear. Going through.
Glitchy. The last one would have to glitch just for a moment, wouldn't it? Already the tech, already the Empire's tech is starting to get crappy.
Welcome.
Oh. That's gotta suck having to kill your own brothers like that.
System's not responding.
Okay, then we'll just punch the system. How strong is this?
Responded to that. Let's go.
You know, I sort of expected her to run off in that moment. Shot him in the face. You know, it's a big galaxy. Odds are that somebody who looks like Jango Fett, who's not a clone, you know, just because of the limited iterations of genetic variations that exist, there's gonna be lots of people that look like you. There's lots of people that look like you on this one planet. You know, this actual planet that we live on. There's always going to be somebody that strongly resembles you. So, somewhere in the world. What is he bench pressing a garbage can droid? That was so random.
If this is where you want to be, then this is where you'll stay.
So he wasn't as hard to convince as Mando. And also she doesn't have superpowers, so that uncontrolled superpowers that she needs to change. Okay. I know why I'm sitting here staring at the credits. Okay, yeah, I like that one. It was good to see. I'm glad to see that they gave us a little more of what happened to the deserter clone that we saw in the Clone Wars, who started a family with the Twi'lek girl. I forget his name, but I'm glad to see more of him and know that it doesn't seem like Order 66 affected him at all. Obviously, he didn't get the Order since he wasn't in the military anymore, but it doesn't seem like knowledge of the Order had any impact on him. Maybe the reason that he left the clone army in the first place is due to the same type of genetic aberrations that made the other clones resistant to the suppression chip, because it seems even they all had it but still have it. It just doesn't work on them. So maybe that's a similar explanation. Because for Crosshair, the only thing that was needed, he didn't even directly get the Order. He just heard the tech guy repeat the Order, and it automatically, well, it was automatically triggered in his head that something needed to be done about the Jedi. So I liked how they expanded on Omega's personality here a bit more, and we got to see like her reaction to coming out into a non-ocean world for the first time, because even if she did get to go outside on that ocean world, it's still, well, it's a deck and ocean, and it's an ocean world, so it's presumably rainy all the time. So it was probably very unusual for her to see sunlight like that for the first time, to smell the fresh air from a of course, who knows what the air smells like on this world. It's got wolves with 4 eyes. But you know what I mean. I can't recall if the chain code thing is an introduction into the Star Wars universe. I feel like I've heard the phrase chain code in Rebels before, but I don't know exactly. But it makes sense that the Empire would start trying to catalog people. That's obviously not going to go well. I'm also glad that the way they're developing Omega's character is that they're not making her stupid. She is impulsive, but she isn't dumb. She doesn't just get into trouble for the sake of getting into trouble. I think I get a little tired of that interpretation of children where they're just like dumb as bricks. I mean, they have some intelligence, like Ezra had a certain level of intelligence, but then they just do stupid stuff. The impulsive stuff they do is dumb. With Omega, the impulsive stuff that she does is because she's the only one that can do them. When she's impulsive, it's because it's the right decision. But at the same time, there's things about the world, the universe beyond Kaminoa that she's not aware of. So some of that impulsivity could get her hurt or killed. I like the way the clones reacted to her getting yelled at, just like they didn't quite expect her to. It's like they weren't expecting to see her hurt, to see that they haven't seen her cry or her be embarrassed or her feelings hurt yet. So I like how all of the clones are kind of just like having a feeling of attachment to her. Just like, oh, she really, I mean, she's literally one of their she's really their sister. So just that little sense of family that's forming amongst this group is a pretty cool dynamic to see. One of the things I like about these animated Star Wars series, the ones made by Filoni, is they don't necessarily start with a structure that where you understand what the structure is going to be. They kind of start with just like, here's a story, here's a story, here's a story. And gradually you start to get a sense of what the universe is going to be like. And sometimes that's harder to get into in an animated series. But I've seen so many of these now, I know that these separate stories, which are actually so far pretty good in of themselves, there's always like a structure that they're starting to build. And I suspect, based on this episode, that what we're going for is the Bad Batch is actually going to be like a story about basically a literal family of clones and how they bond in these really difficult times of the Empire taking over. It'll be curious to see if they get involved in the rebellion at all. I would think so, considering their history, considering their profession. But at the same time, they may be more like, no, we need to protect Omega and keep her away from this kind of stuff. Don't know. It'd be interesting to see how it plays out. It'll most likely be a situation where they end up involved with the rebellion, but not because they actively sought it out or they were requested. They just end up having to do things that cross paths with the rebellions, and they have a shared goal. It'd be very interesting to know what the future for these guys is beyond, like, to know where they are by the time of The Mandalorian, and really to know where any of the clones were by the time of Force Awakens. I've not read a lot of expanded universe stuff on the clones, what their lifespan is supposed to be. I know that they have an accelerated growth, but that isn't necessarily the same thing as an accelerated lifespan. It could easily be that, because you didn't need the soldiers to live that long. But at the same time, people can live a long time in this universe, so there very easily could be a situation where there's clones that are still alive by the time of The Force Awakens. And I'd be interested to see if this story doesn't necessarily need, unlike the other two animated series, this series doesn't need to stay stuck in a particular time period. Like, any new season could pick up at any other point in the Star Wars in Star Wars history. At least based on what I'm seeing now. That could change down the road. But based on what I'm seeing now, I feel like this story could, like a new season could pick up when she's older, more grown, just like kind of like, or we could see her grow up the same way we saw Ahsoka grow up, or it'll do that thing where it time skips as the series goes on. I'd be down for that. I'd like to see where they are at different places in Star Wars history. Destruction of the first Death Star, destruction of the second Death Star, the fall of the Empire, the rise of the First Order. That would all be very cool to see. So, guess we'll find out. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to do the things the things. But like I always say, what I would mostly like to hear from you is what you thought about the show. Let's leave a comment, and or you can interact with me on social media. Those links are in my my YouTube profile. And like I've been saying in my other videos, the main thing that I would like to do is get your reaction and build a community around talking about this stuff, because this stuff is obviously fun. Let me know what you think, and I'll let you know what I think once I've had more time to process each one of these. Because right after every episode is probably not the best time to talk to me about this stuff, but this is how videos work. So we'll see what I think by episode 3. Hopefully this video doesn't get blocked for a week like the last one did, and we can have this discussion in real time. Be sure to be on the lookout for my upcoming Patreon and for the next episode of the Jedi Holocast, which will feature the cast and crew from the Watchtower database, where we discuss the Snyder Cut. This has once again been Digital Jedi, telling you peace out, and remember to watch everything.